I have just spent the last few months breaking Keegan Bradley's heart.
Wow. Well, now the skins game is the largest skin in the history of the skins game.
I was really nervous over that putt. You could tell, like, there's no chirping, everyone was quiet.
Shane Lowry didn't just finish a round, he stepped right into Keegan Bradley's space after the 2025 skins game, and the vibe flipped instantly.
I'm trying to win the tournament as well, so I know that's what you all want me to talk about, but I've just had a finish.
I don't appreciate those words that you just said. I know what you're trying to do.
What started as a playful back and forth snapped into something way more personal, and the real spark behind it is wilder than anyone expected. If you love the untold stories and drama in golf, make sure you subscribe Golf Mode TV channel, and we've got the inside scoop every week. This showdown has the whole golf scene buzzing, so here's how it really went down. The return of the skins game brought a whole new kind of pressure, reviving a format that's been asleep since 2008. It wasn't just nostalgia. This comeback was a calculated move to mix old-school showmanship with high-stakes competition, and the tension hit different from the very first hole. Panther National Golf and Country Club down in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida was picked for a reason. That course is built to expose nerves, not just swing mechanics. Its wild layout and those dramatic make-or-break holes created the perfect arena to test not only precision but a player's ability to stay cool when the pressure hits heavy. Fans knew they were getting a mix of golf history and a fresh, unpredictable showdown all in one. But this edition wasn't some copy-paste revival. The organizers flipped the script with a reverse purse system, handing Shane Lowry, Keegan Bradley, Tommy Fleetwood, and Xander Schauffele an opening stack of US dollars, and that twist changed everything. That $1 million starter pot meant every single hole hit different. Every win stacked more cash, and every halved hole sliced money off and spread it to the others. Suddenly, a tiny tap-in or a risky long approach wasn't just golf, it was real money on the line, turning simple shots into high-voltage moments. The tension spiked fast, and the mental grind got just as heavy as the technical side, with players fighting their swing and the fear of watching dollars slip away in real time. And to crank things up even further, the event ditched the usual 18-hole multi-day routine and squeezed everything into a one-day 16-hole clash. That tight format created instant urgency. No warm-ups, no slow burn, no safety net for bad holes. Every swing, every chip, every putt got blown up in importance, forcing players to blend strategy with pure instinct as the skins game took on a whole new identity. The 2025 edition proved that old-school golf can still flex with modern expectations without losing its soul. This wasn't some dusty throwback. It turned into a high-stakes experiment built on strategy, pressure, and straight-up spectacle. Players got their nerves tested, their skill pushed to the edge, and fans got the kind of tension that reminds everyone that even the classics can evolve and still hit hard in today's game. But the drama didn't wait for the first tee. It started before a single swing. The original lineup had Justin Thomas locked in, a player known for precision, power, and major star pull. Then his back injury took him out, flipping the whole setup. Shane Lowry stepped in as his replacement, and even though it looked like a simple swap on paper, that choice carried way more weight than people realized for both the field and the fans watching. Lowry's arrival flipped the whole vibe instantly. This wasn't just a cash-heavy exhibition anymore. It turned into a showdown packed with history, pride, and quiet rivalry that had been simmering all year. His presence brought a different kind of pressure, the kind you feel before anyone even pulls a club. Lowry's 2025 season had already been loud with big-time moments, especially that clutch Ryder Cup putt that sealed Europe's razor-thin win. And standing on the other side of that loss, Keegan Bradley, the US captain who had to watch Lowry celebrate while his own team fell short. That energy didn't disappear, it walked straight into the skins game with them. With that history hanging in the air, the whole storyline shifted instantly. The skins game stopped being just a skill show and turned into a quiet battleground for redemption and unfinished business. Every swing, every little moment between Lowry and Bradley suddenly felt loaded, like even a quick look could mean something deeper. That last-minute substitution didn't just change the lineup, it messed with the whole mental setup of the event. Bradley wasn't walking into a neutral matchup anymore. He was staring down a former Ryder Cup rival who still carried that competitive spark from their last clash. And stepping into a format where every shot has financial heat behind it gave both guys a fresh chance to flex, defend their pride, and show who could stay solid when the pressure got real. Analysts were quick to point out how the backstory cranked the tension from the very first tee. Both guys knew they weren't just playing for cash. They were carrying history and pride on their shoulders all day long. Lowry stepping in didn't just fill a spot, it sharpened the entire vibe of the 2025 skins game, turning it into a snapshot of what modern golf really is. Skill, strategy, and straight-up storyline energy all tangled together. This wasn't just four golfers chasing a payout anymore. It became a clash of rivalry, past scars, and personal redemption, setting the stage for a showdown that felt heavy before the scores even moved. And sure enough, the banter started bubbling up fast. Early in the match, after they parred or halved a few holes, Lowry finally dropped a clean birdie that answered Bradley's own solid shot, and that's when a familiar Ryder Cup spark flickered right back to life. The hole ended tied, but Lowry didn't let the moment slide. He locked eyes with Bradley and dropped a line so sharp it cut through the whole course. "I've just spent the last few months breaking Keegan Bradley's heart," he said, and that quote exploded across the broadcast and social media in seconds. The air shifted instantly. That single moment flipped the match's entire energy. What could have stayed a friendly competitive skins game suddenly felt personal, fueled by Ryder Cup memories, national pride, and a little psychological heat that everyone watching could feel. Lowry's line basically showed the world exactly what this new era skins game was capable of becoming: bold, tense, and unforgettable. This wasn't just golf anymore. It was raw emotion and real drama under pressure. With the players mic'd up and the format forcing fast reactions, nothing got hidden or softened. That banter didn't fade into locker room whispers, it echoed across the course for everyone to hear. The days of quiet sidesteps and polished press quotes were gone. The tension was out in the open, right on the green. The revived skins game was built for moments like this. Unfiltered, emotional, and carrying real consequences. Lowry's jab wasn't just a quick joke, it was a straight-up challenge. And from that point forward, every swing felt heavier. Each shot didn't just move money around, it carried meaning, pride, and the chance to flip the story. And when it came down to the scorecard, Bradley's payday wasn't just cash, it became its own bold statement. By the time the 16-hole battle wrapped, Bradley didn't just win, he became the headline of the entire 2025 skins game. He racked up 11 skins, more than anyone in the field, and walked off with a massive US $2.1 million, the largest haul in skins game history. The moment hit so hard that even he said, everyone was quiet. I was, showing just how intense that finish really felt. His win came with fireworks too. On the 13th hole, Bradley buried a 7-foot putt with crazy pressure on his back. A single stroke that dropped nearly $900,000 into his pocket after the pot had ballooned from a string of tied holes. And earlier on the 5th hole, after 4 straight ties, he'd already claimed a big jump in skins, proving he came locked in and ready to snatch any opening that appeared. After the sting of his Ryder Cup run as captain, this performance hit way deeper than a paycheck. It was redemption, momentum, and a loud reminder that Bradley can still lock in under pressure and take over a stage even when the storyline seems stacked against him. His comeback put real weight behind every shot, showing he wasn't hiding from the moment, he was owning it. After the sting of his Ryder Cup run as captain, this performance hit way deeper than a paycheck. It was redemption, momentum, and a loud reminder that Bradley can still lock in under pressure and take over a stage even when the storyline seems stacked against him. His comeback put real weight behind every shot, showing he wasn't hiding from the moment, he was owning it. And for the revived skins game, Bradley's win stamped the whole experiment as a success. The format delivered exactly what it promised. Wild tension, unpredictable swings, real personality, and a clean-cut winner fans could rally behind. It showed that golf, when mixed with big stakes and real emotion, can still put on a show that hits hard. Meanwhile, Lowry managed to grab a late skin, a small escape, just enough to save face in a match that had already exploded with energy. Lowry's late skin didn't change the leaderboard, but it did spark one last wave of energy between him and Bradley. As he walked off the green, Lowry cracked a small grin, the kind you give when you know you took a hit but didn't fold. Commentators immediately picked up on it, calling it a pride checkpoint, a moment where Lowry reminded everyone he still had fight in him even when the numbers weren't on his side. Bradley didn't fire back verbally, but the look he gave said enough. This wasn't just a match, it was a message. The rivalry wasn't cooling off anytime soon. When both players headed toward the final stretch, the body language told its own story. Bradley walked with that sharp, confident pace that comes after stacking win after win, while Lowry moved with a mix of grit and irritation, knowing he'd let some big chances slip earlier. Fans could feel the tension even through the broadcast. It wasn't angry, but it was charged, like two guys who still had something to prove even after the scoreboard was locked. The commentators leaned right into it, calling the matchup a quiet rivalry that suddenly got loud, and viewers knew they were watching a storyline that wouldn't end on the 16th green. After the final putt dropped, the handshake between Lowry and Bradley said everything, respectful but stiff. The kind of shake where both guys are still replaying the round in their heads. Reporters tried to pull quotes from them, but neither wanted to spill too much, keeping the heat simmering for the next chapter. But everyone watching could see it. This skins game wasn't just entertainment. It planted seeds for a rivalry that might shape the next season. With cameras catching every glance and mic'd moments, the tension became impossible to hide, setting fans up for whatever drama comes next. Even though the 2025 skins game ended with Bradley running the table, Lowry didn't walk off completely empty. He snagged one skin, and it wasn't just a number on the board, it was a straight-up lifeline in the middle of the storm. Midway through the match, he dropped a clean birdie on a par 5 and locked in what became his only skin of the day. That lone score still turned into a solid payout of about US $200,000, giving him something real to hold on to. But with all the storylines swirling, the Ryder Cup tension, the pre-match banter, the psychological shots thrown back and forth, that single skin carried way more heat than the money itself. It gave Lowry a brief spark of redemption in a matchup that leaned heavy toward Bradley. It proved that even when history and pressure start closing in, there's always a chance to fight back, no matter how small. And in interviews and broadcasts, that moment kept getting highlighted because everyone felt exactly what it meant. Lowry admitted he'd left some money out there, a quiet nod to the chances he let slip, and the pressure cooker vibe the revived format created. Some analysts even pointed out that in a skins match, the smallest win can feel oversized because every single hole, putt, and chip comes loaded with real stakes. For Lowry, even that tiny victory under the spotlight showed something deeper, dignity instead of defeat. In a tournament shaped by history, rivalry, and thick tension, Lowry's lone skin became a small badge of resilience. It highlighted that the new skins game isn't just about crowning the top dog. It's a stage where players can claw back pride even if the comeback is modest. And as the trash talk popped off again and old voices reignited rivalries, it was clear the 2025 skins game wasn't just golf. It was golf remixed with attitude. The event didn't hide its theatrical side for a second. It came in loud, blending sport with straight-up spectacle, letting the mic'd-up banter and mind games play out right in front of everybody. That creative choice flipped the whole vibe, turning what could have been a polite, polished exhibition into something raw, unpredictable, and full of emotion. And during the match, that tension finally snapped into words. After Lowry matched Bradley's birdie on a hole, he shot him a look and dropped a line that bounced way past the green, a bold callback to the recent Ryder Cup and everything that went down afterward. That one quip flipped the whole match on its head. Suddenly it wasn't just golf for money, it was personal history spilling out in real time. The revival showed that trash talk, usually tied to sports like boxing or basketball, actually fits in golf when the format gives room for raw emotion to breathe. It gave the players space to mix skill with personality, and they ran with it. Every birdie, every miss, every look carried meaning. And for fans and critics watching, a new question popped up. Can golf really balance respect with rivalry and still feel authentic? The 2025 skins game answered loud, yes. By stripping away the old-school filters, it pushed golf closer to pure storytelling, where personalities, past battles, and rising stakes blend into tension that stretches way past the fairway. What does the 2025 return really mean for golf? It just dropped a whole new blueprint for hybrid competition. The skins game's comeback, packed with spectacle, cash drama, and pressure, might be the spark that pushes golf into its next era. For years, the sport leaned on standard stroke play, long sessions, and predictable purses. But this version came in with a fresh mix. Fewer holes, higher stakes, wild momentum swings, and that reverse purse twist that shook everything up. That contrast might end up shaping future events, no joke. With modern media blasting highlights across digital platforms, the skins game pulled in die-hard golf fans and viewers who barely follow traditional formats. It proved golf can evolve and still keep everyone locked in. The mix of familiar, elite pros and a fresh play for cash per hole setup created a vibe way more appealing than a regular tournament. Fans got names they already trust, but in a format that felt new, fast, and unpredictable. And for players, especially those looking to bounce back from tough stretches or chase a little redemption, this setup offered a high-reward, quick-fire outlet. It wasn't about surviving 4 days of grind, it was about grabbing moments, one swing, one hole, one payout at a time. That kind of energy can pull in pros from all stages of their careers. And if the 2025 edition stands strong on replay and scrutiny, it could open the door for even more alternative events. A shorter, sharper, personality-driven version of golf might shift the sport from strictly traditional to embracing hybrid formats where competition, entertainment, and spectacle all live together. The skins game also proved something bigger. Players aren't afraid to show personality when the format actually rewards it. With mics catching every reaction and every moment carrying real value, the pros didn't need to hide behind polite smiles or scripted lines anymore. That raw edge made the event feel alive, and fans ate it up instantly. Bradley and Lowry showed how fast a storyline can shift when money, pride, and history collide in real time. Their rivalry didn't need a month of build-up, it sparked in minutes. And that kind of instant energy is exactly what modern audiences gravitate toward. Sponsors and broadcasters definitely noticed the spark too. The format didn't just create tension, it created viral moments, social clips, and instant talking points that spread way outside the traditional golf bubble. Networks love anything that gets people debating, reacting, and sharing, and the skins game delivered that without even trying. And for players looking to strengthen their brand, this format was perfect. One sharp line, one huge putt, one bold stare, and suddenly their name is trending online. Modern golf isn't just about scorecards anymore. It's about visibility, personality, and presence. As the dust settled, one thing became obvious. This revival didn't just bring back an old event, it introduced a new rhythm for the sport. The quick pace, the open mics, the emotional swings, it all created a format where fans felt connected to every moment, not just the final score. That sense of closeness gave the skins game a pulse traditional tournaments rarely reach. Whether it was Bradley's fire or Lowry's jabs, every piece of personality fed into a larger story that kept viewers locked in. And if golf wants to thrive with younger, faster-scrolling audiences, this is the type of energy that can carry the game into a new era. If you love the untold stories and real drama in golf, make sure you subscribe. Golf Mode TV is dropping the inside scoop every single week. The 2025 skins game wasn't just some nostalgia throwback. This thing might end up redefining what golf can look like in the modern era. And before you dip out, don't get it twisted. This clash between Lowry and Bradley is far from settled. What went down after the skins game feels like the opening chapter of a rivalry that could shake up the whole PGA landscape. The frustration, the pride, the quiet history between them, it's all bubbling up now. If you want to catch every twist, every reaction, every bit of fallout, and the next time these two fire off at each other, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because the next time Lowry and Bradley cross paths, things could explode all over again.